The past decade, from 2014 to 2024, has been marked by a complex tapestry of conflict and peace. This period has seen the world grappling with a myriad of challenges, from traditional warfare to new-age cyber conflicts. The landscape of global conflict has evolved, reflecting the changing nature of power, technology, and human ambition. Wars have raged, some newly ignited, others merely embers of older conflagrations. The scars of these conflicts are etched into the landscapes and the lives of those who have endured them. From the Middle East to Eastern Europe, the echoes of gunfire and the devastation of bombings have left indelible marks. From the battle-scarred streets of Syria to the cyber warfare front lines of the 21st century, violence has continued to cast a long shadow over humanity. The rise of cyber conflicts has introduced a new dimension to warfare, where battles are fought not just on the ground but in the digital realm, targeting infrastructure, economies, and even the minds of people. This period has witnessed the rise of new forms of conflict, often blurring the lines between state and non-state actors. Insurgencies, terrorist activities, and proxy wars have become more prevalent, complicating the global security landscape. The involvement of non-state actors has made conflicts more unpredictable and harder to resolve. The global community has grappled with the resurgence of old geopolitical rivalries and the emergence of new ones. Nations have vied for power and influence, leading to a complex web of alliances and enmities. Military parades and displays of strength have become common, as countries seek to assert their dominance on the world stage. Amidst the turmoil, however, glimmers of hope have emerged, with some conflicts witnessing resolutions and a global decline in battle-related deaths. Peace talks and diplomatic efforts have borne fruit in certain regions, offering a respite from the relentless cycle of violence. The decline in battle-related deaths is a testament to these efforts, though much work remains to be done. This essay examines the global conflict landscape of the past decade, revisiting predictions made in 2014 and evaluating their accuracy. By comparing past forecasts with current realities, we can gain insights into the effectiveness of various strategies and the unpredictable nature of global conflicts. It analyzes the impact of shifting global power dynamics and the role of external actors in perpetuating or mitigating violence. The influence of major powers, regional players, and international organizations has been significant in shaping the course of conflicts. Diplomatic maneuvers, economic sanctions, and military interventions have all played a part in this intricate dance of power. Ultimately, it seeks to answer the question, is the world more or less violent today? By weighing the scales of violence and peace, we can better understand the progress made and the challenges that lie ahead. The answer is not straightforward, as the nature of conflict has changed, and new forms of violence have emerged even as traditional wars have declined. By understanding the complex interplay of factors driving conflict and peace, we can better equip ourselves to navigate the challenges and seize the opportunities for building a more peaceful future. Collaboration, empathy, and a commitment to justice are essential in this endeavor. As we look to the future, the lessons of the past decade can guide us towards a world where peace is not just a fleeting moment, but a lasting reality. The year 2014 was a pivotal one, marked by a series of geopolitical shocks that sent ripples across the globe. Russia's annexation of Crimea, the rise of ISIS in Iraq and Syria, and the outbreak of civil war in Ukraine painted a bleak picture of a world on the brink. These events were not isolated incidents but interconnected crises that highlighted the fragility of international order. Many analysts predicted a future defined by escalating great power competition, resurgent nationalism, and the proliferation of violent non-state actors. The global landscape seemed to be shifting towards a more volatile and unpredictable era. One prevalent prediction was the return of great power conflict. The echoes of the Cold War were unmistakable, as nations began to rearm and reassert their influence on the global stage. The escalating tensions between the United States and China, coupled with Russia's assertiveness in its near abroad, seemed to herald a new Cold War. The geopolitical chessboard was being reset, with new alliances and rivalries forming. Another prediction focused on the growing threat of terrorism, particularly from groups like ISIS, which had exploited the power vacuum in the Middle East to establish a self-proclaimed caliphate. The rise of such groups underscored the dangers of ungoverned spaces and the spread of extremist ideologies. A decade later, it is crucial to re-examine these predictions and assess their accuracy. Have we moved closer to the dystopian future many feared, or have we managed to avert some of the worst-case scenarios? While some predictions, such as the rise of cyber warfare and the spread of conflict into the digital realm, have materialized, the nature of warfare has evolved. Cyber attacks have become a common tool of statecraft, disrupting economies and critical infrastructure. Others, like the return to large-scale interstate war, have not, at least not yet. Diplomatic efforts and international cooperation have played a crucial role in preventing such conflicts. The world remains on a precipice, but the future is not set in stone. It is shaped by the actions and decisions of today. The past decade has witnessed the resolution of some long-standing conflicts, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the violence. These moments of peace have shown that even the most entrenched disputes can find a path to resolution, providing a beacon of optimism for the future. The Colombian government's peace agreement with the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, or FARC, in 2016, for example, brought an end to over 50 years of conflict. This historic accord not only disarmed thousands of rebels but also aimed to integrate them back into society, fostering a sense of national unity and healing. Similarly, the easing of tensions between Eritrea and Ethiopia in 2018, culminating in a peace agreement, demonstrated the potential for reconciliation, even in seemingly intractable conflicts. The leaders of both nations took bold steps to end decades of hostility, opening a new chapter of cooperation and mutual respect. However, these successes have been overshadowed by the persistence and re-emergence of other conflicts. Despite the progress made in some regions, the world continues to grapple with violence and instability in others, reminding us that peace is often fragile and fleeting. The Syrian civil war, which began in 2011, has continued to rage, becoming a proxy war involving multiple external powers and resulting in a devastating humanitarian crisis. The conflict has displaced millions, creating a refugee crisis that has strained neighboring countries and the international community. The conflict in Yemen, often described as the world's worst humanitarian crisis, has also persisted, with external actors playing a significant role in fueling the violence. The ongoing blockade and airstrikes have led to widespread famine and disease, affecting millions of innocent civilians, particularly children. The resurgence of violence in Afghanistan following the Taliban's takeover in 2021 provides a stark reminder of the fragility of peace. The rapid collapse of the Afghan government and the ensuing chaos have left many questioning the future stability of the region. The conflict in Ukraine, reignited in 2022 with Russia's full-scale invasion, has further undermined global stability, highlighting the persistent threat of interstate war. The invasion has not only caused significant loss of life and displacement, but has also had far-reaching economic and political repercussions, affecting countries far beyond the immediate conflict zone. As we reflect on these conflicts, both resolved and ongoing, it becomes clear that the pursuit of peace requires continuous effort and vigilance. International cooperation, dialogue, and a commitment to addressing the root causes of conflict are essential in building a more stable and peaceful world. The lessons learned from both the successes and failures of the past decade must guide our future actions, ensuring that the hope for peace remains alive. Gap 3S. In the quest for global peace, international organizations and peacekeeping missions have played a pivotal role in mediating conflicts and providing humanitarian assistance. The United Nations, through its peacekeeping forces, has been at the forefront of these efforts, deploying troops to some of the world's most volatile regions. These missions aim not only to maintain peace and security, but also to support political processes, protect civilians, and assist in disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration of former combatants. One notable example is the UN's mission in South Sudan, where peacekeepers have been working tirelessly to prevent the country from descending into further chaos. Despite the immense challenges, their presence has provided a semblance of stability and hope for millions of people affected by the conflict. Regional organizations such as the African Union and the European Union have also taken significant steps to address conflicts within their respective regions. The African Union's peacekeeping mission in Somalia, known as AMISOM, has been instrumental in combating terrorist groups and stabilizing the nation, albeit with considerable sacrifices. Humanitarian organizations including the International Committee of the Red Cross and Médecins Sans Frontières have provided crucial aid to those caught in the crossfire, delivering medical care, food and shelter to millions of displaced individuals. Their work, often carried out under dangerous conditions, underscores the importance of international solidarity and the collective responsibility to protect human life. However, the effectiveness of these missions is often hampered by limited resources, political constraints, and the complex dynamics of modern conflicts. The international community must continue to support and strengthen these efforts, ensuring that peacekeeping missions are adequately funded and equipped to fulfill their mandates. As we move forward, it is imperative to recognize that sustainable peace cannot be achieved through military means alone. Long-term solutions require addressing the root causes of conflict, fostering inclusive governance, and promoting economic development. By learning from past experiences and leveraging the strengths of international cooperation, we can build a more resilient and peaceful world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel Most in a Nutshell for more updates and in-depth analyses. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay notified of our latest content. Civil wars have remained the most prevalent form of conflict over the past decade.